important. So let's see now the next speaker, who is Priyanka Mittal. She is the CEO of the world's largest rice mill global business. Actually, I believe that we all have eaten her rice, so I think the taste is already here. So let's see how could you prove this fantastic business? Because I believe that you have the right skills. Of course, it's also important what type of background you got. Because when last week I had a seminar with Malala, and this 16-year-old girl sat next to me. And the way that she announced her views, it was really very inspiring. But we also have to think about what type of family you come from, because it can give you a great guidance. And his father accompanied Malala. And of course, it was very clear that mother and father of Malala were extremely supportive. And that is extremely important when we are also in the crisis, that you need the generational dialogue as well. So I'm very thankful that Judy Williams is here with us. It's extremely important that we have fantastic people. But now let's see how we taste your rice.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Since the topic poses a hypothetical question, imagine the following scenario. The financial world's late-night parties and drinks replaced by discussion on family values and work-life balance. Exclusive perks such as private elevators, jets, and fancy cars. Funds instead being spent on on-site, better child health care, better and affordable child care, and a more collaborative work environment. With regards to excessive executive compensation, imagine some of the funds rather being diverted to sustainability and environmental issues. And lastly, picture a truly multicultural and diverse human capital base rather than the typical Anglo-Saxon work culture. Large corporations around the world are seeing the impact and the benefit of having women on boards and leadership positions. For some it was to meet quotas, yet for others it made financial sense owing to lower compensation of women compared to their male counterparts. But the intangible benefits have accrued well beyond the tangible benefits. Firstly, it's because of our tri-party thought leadership. Women leaders tend to be more conscientious on human and societal impact alongside maximizing shareholder value while taking risk management. And second, as women leaders, we tend to think about creating shared value and sustainability than purely been driven by pursuit of profits. Our right-brain thinking actually gives us this phenomenal advantage vis-a-vis men who typically are left-brain thinkers. Yet the statistics are far from impressive. As per McKinsey's latest survey of US companies, on average women make up 53% of entry-level positions, 40% of managers, 35% directors, 27% VPs, 24% senior VPs, and only 19% CEOs. So while there are many inspirational stories that are paving way for more women leadership, there still exist many constraints which require immediate addressal by all. Firstly, there is a real shortage of role models for women. This is the number disadvantage. The lesser the number of women leaders, the fewer the role models. Secondly, there is a traditional industry bias. This gender bias makes only certain sectors, such as banking and IT, attractive to women, and hence women need a fair chance and a greater opportunity across all sectors. Thirdly, there is a lack of ecosystem and network. We all agree that men's networks and support systems are much larger than women's. As change makers sitting here in this room, I urge all of you in creating an ecosystem that nourishes more women talent, giving them the stimuli and environment to succeed. And fourthly is the highly spoken and well-known the motherhood penalty. It is estimated that only 60% of the women really work past the birth of their second child. Many countries already have legislation on maternity leaves and severance pays and an opportunity to join back at the same position later. But this needs to be lobbied globally and more concertedly. And lastly is the compensation divide, which while everybody agrees, there is nothing much that's been done. Despite being intellectually at par or better than their male counterparts, women leaders have globally been underpaid relative to men. In some countries, it has been 60% lesser than their male counterparts. I urge all parliamentarians here to bring about legislation that ends this biggest discrimination that still pervades today. As leaders in either policy making or in business, it is upon us women to ensure that the best women are promoted, create a more equitable culture that promotes gender equality, not just in talk, but also in action.
Thank you very much.